Alright, what's going on, guys? Part 3, 91 Pontiac Firebird 3.1 V6 with an oil pan gasket, oil pan removal. This supplies for the 82 through 92 Pontiac Firebird Camaro. Alright, so the next thing what we got to do is we got to disconnect the exhaust from the manifolds. You got 2 bolts down there. You had to get them from the bottom. The top bolt here you'll have to get to with a swivel and a couple extensions, 3/8 or a 1/2 inch drive ratchet. Either one will work. And then down here you can also get these 2 from the bottom. This side's a little easier to get to than the passenger side. To get those, I've already got this side disconnected. I got to just get the other side. Once get those loosened up, then we can drop all this here down and then raise the motor up, and then I can get to the oil pan. Alright, so there's the bottom bolt off the exhaust. I still gotta get to the top bolt. I'm waiting on AutoZone to bring me another swivel, because this one here is seized up. But I went ahead and replaced the bolts and the springs and everything for this side, because after I replaced my manifold and stuff. So I gotta get the top bolt next. And like I said, then once I get the top bolt, then I'll be able to maneuver everything around like I'm supposed to. So be right back. Okay, well, AutoZone ain't made it here yet, but I went ahead and got the other bolt out. The top bolt, finally got it out. I just went ahead and lowered the motor back down. My socket was a little bit off, you know, but it was enough bite to where I could get a hold of it and get it loosened up. Now the next thing that I gotta do, anyway, the next thing we gotta do is I went ahead and wiggled the exhaust pipe, let the flanges kind of come down. Now the next thing we gotta do is jack this baby up. See it? See how it come loose like that? Alright, come on this side, look at the same side, and see if we are coming loose. And it looks like we are. Looks like we are. See, now we can get full range of what we're supposed to do. So I'll be right back on this. Alright, got the motor lifted up. Now I should have clearance enough now we can get to all of the bolts to the oil pan and get this sucker dropped out of here. That down. Whew. Not my first rodeo. It's just a lot of damn work right now, so a lot of time consuming trying to get this thing done in a timely manner before it comes downpour out here. But so this step here is, I'm not going to go through on the whole procedure of taking it off, because now you're in the clear of getting it unbolted. Just look at everything, make sure that you know, make sure you got all the sockets and stuff. But like I said, all of them are 10mm bolts. You may have to disconnect some stuff up here, but I'll like I said, I'll keep videoing and everything. And as far as after I get the oil pan and stuff down, and that way everybody can see. Alrighty, got the oil pan finally out. figured one block would have worked, but I had to use 2 blocks, 2 2x4s, and worked just fine. Using one of them didn't raise it up high enough, but using 2 of them, it worked out pretty decently. A little skeptical, but it worked. So now is the cleaning process. So I may end up having to call AutoZone and bring me a couple more cans of brake cleaner, because I had to use some of that stuff to actually clean off the starter. So you're gonna need a lot of brake cleaner to help clean off some stuff. If you want to clean it off thoroughly, I suggest so it don't, so it don't leak. And now I'm not going to use. I know a lot of people, they'll use a little silicone or something, or they'll use it on the block itself. But I'm not going to use silicone. I'm not even going to use silicone. I'm not going to use RTV. None of that shit, because it seems to be, every time I've used it, it seems to leak. Because what happens with RTV is if you get a good bubble here, along here and here, it creates air pockets when you're trying to bolt it back up, and then that's what causes it to leak. No, what I'm gonna go with is I'm gonna spray it with some copper spray gasket, and I'm gonna use this for the oil pan gasket. I'm not going to put this on the pan. I'm not going to put it underneath. I'm going to put it on the gasket itself, both sides. Then I'm going to put the gasket up on the engine. And I'm going to show you the underneath here. Okay, so I got my bolts and all that stuff lined up to where they should be going. I think somebody's been under here before. And see, because this one, you got a small nut back here, and then this one here was there, but on the other side you got the stud, which stud's still up there, but the nut came off, so that's fine. Nut here, they got a long bolt, and then they got this bolt, which is this one here, so it probably needs to be this way or vice versa. But I'm probably just going to install it just back the way it was. The 2 back bolts here, they're going to be 2 different sizes. One's going they're actually going to be a little bit thicker than the rest of them. But anyway, crawl up underneath here. So that's the underneath of this bad boy. Screen, got a little junk up in there, but yeah. Trying to see underneath of that piston. Trying to see the condition of these damn cylinder walls, but I can't really tell a whole lot. Yeah, I can't really tell a whole lot. Oh me. Now, one thing is, that's side to side. As far as up and down, I can't move it. Almost seems like it. They feel about all the same, all about normal. Hang on one moment. Alright, so I'm back. I checked that one there, and not that one, that one, and
that one. They all pretty well feel about the same side to side. So they're all, I mean, they feel pretty good, it seems. So, which, you know, bearings and stuff, as long as they don't have no play up and down, you'll be all right. If they got a little bit of movement side to side and they're all pretty well even, I'm gonna just chalk it up that these are actually fine, because they're gonna have a little bit of movement anyway because they have to move, but they don't have like a excuse me because I'm underneath here, but they got a you know, they're supposed to have a little bit of slop side to side, but not like a shit ton. So I think the rod bearings seem to be okay. Just a little, you know, but they all feel all about the same, so I'm not gonna too much worry about it. So the rod bearings feels really good. Like I said, this car don't knock or nothing. It don't ping, don't knock, or anything like that. So sometimes I don't really have the right sockets for these type of rod bearing bolt or nuts or anything. So I really don't have, I don't think I have the right 12 or I think it's 12 point sockets to retest those, make sure they're good and tight. But sometimes while you're under here, you might want to just kind of go through, rotate the motor by hand if you can, and go through and just recheck them, make sure they're tight. But I think all these are going to be good. Now as far as the oil pan gasket, now see, they don't really have no RTV on it. It looks like, well, they do have a little bit, but they don't have a whole shit ton of RTV. But sorry guys, I'm trying to, like I say, I'm trying to hold this thing still, and you know, trying to get y'all to where y'all can actually see all this up close and down personal. Oh damn. Alright, we're gonna do, now my hand's in the way. Alright, that sucker's out of there. Out of there. Yeah. Alright, now. Alright, so hang on a second, guys. So yeah, anyway, I think somebody's been up underneath here before. This looks like it's not a blue. It's not a. It's probably Felpro, but probably. See, they got RTV right here, and this is where it was been leaking at a little bit. You can see where it's possibly been leaking back here too. This almost looks like maybe a Felpro gasket, or something, or somebody's gasket. It's not blue. So, yep. Now that gasket's had it. I just kind of bended a little bit to see how bad a crack, and then I just kind of tore it just to see how bad. And yeah, that thing tore. I don't think new gaskets were gonna tear that easy. So this thing's pretty well done for its shot. So now it's on the cleaning process and getting up underneath there, get all that stuff cleaned. So now y'all know how to actually remove your oil pan off of a 3rd gen 82 through 92 Camaro or Firebird. So this is the process on how you do it. Now just remember that everything is in reverse. So when you clean everything up, put your oil pan back in, you know, put your bolt in. And when you do put your, I'm probably not going to do, I was going to do the installation just to kind of show y'all, but since you got everything tore apart, everything's just in reverse order. I mean, it's really not that hard to do.
But when you go to put the new pan in, or the new gasket in, I mean, you can change out your oil pan if you wanted to. But what I would do, well, I guess, hang on a second. This has more, actually this side has more holes than this side, so that might be correct under there. But anyway, when you get your new pan gasket and stuff, I mean, you can change your oil pan if you want to. I mean, that is solely up to you. When you go to put everything back together, start from the center. Ah, shit, hang on a minute, guys. Dang, trying to film and trying to look. And anyway, you want to start in the center, and you want to X them. You know, just like that right there. You want to X them. So you want to basically start on one of these, and you want to crisscross them, and then just boom, 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 and then come over here, come back over here, come back over here, boom, and then, you know, you'll be good to go. Snug them down. Don't tighten them all the way down at first. Snug them down, and then tighten them. But you don't want to go over tight, because these bolts will strip out. They will strip out, so don't over torque them, don't over tighten them. Just snug, and just as they start just to get tight, and then you should be okay. Anyway, that's enough of that. So you can see how watery soil looks. I mean, it's not, I keep saying it's watery. I'm talking about the consistency of how it's sloshing. It's kind of got that watery look, or watery, you know, consistency. I think a lot of that's the sea foam, because I did remember that I did use sea foam in this about a couple months ago, like 7 months ago. So when it was running and I done the sea foam treatment, that's what all this is actually contributed from. So I don't think there's any gas or anything in the oil. I think it's just the sea foam and stuff. So what the hell is that? Ooh, another piece of it. Yeah. So, but yep, so I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and get it all done and get the new pan gasket and stuff on. And I guess what we're gonna do is we'll see y'all later. Like, subscribe, comment down at the bottom. Like I said, I was gonna do an installation video on this, but it's taking too much time right now to do one, and we've got freaking thunderstorms and rain coming in tonight. So I'm gonna try to get this done and hurry up and get this done as fast as I can, so that way I can try to get this car done today, hopefully. But anyway, guys, y'all be good, be safe. God bless.